Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. Today is Monday the 20th. Just finished worked on a bit later today, so it's gone 6. And I thought I would jump on and do today's Christmas edition of Margarete Miller's Collage Art Glue Book, #Xmas Glue Book. So we're on today's date, which is December the 20th, and the assignment is, just make sure you can see that. Think back to your 10-year-old self. What would you have loved to receive? If you can find an image, place it here. If not, describe it. #Xmas Collage 20. Well, when I was 10, many moons ago, I played with dolls and all that sort of thing. Compare myself, my 10-year-old self, to my current 9-year-old grandsons, and they seem far more older and mature than I did. So I think that's the way it is at the currently with children. They seem to grow up much more quickly than we did. Anyway, the one thing that I remember I always wanted was this. Ta-da! A Barbie doll. Now this is a Barbie doll from 1968, because yes, I was born in 1958. So this is a vintage Barbie doll, and looks like the ones that I would have really liked to have. So I did have a Tressy doll. Now they were very similar. They were dolls like Barbie that came, with their own clothes and things. I don't think Tressy had all the caravans and the cars and the houses and everything that Barbie had, and the ponies, but Tressy had something that Barbie didn't have. Tressy had a piece of hair that could grow. So he had a little key that went to the back of her, and he twisted it round, and in the top of her head was a long piece of hair that would come out, a long bunch, really. It's like one single ponytail, if you like, and that would be longer than the rest of her hair, and you could style it and everything. So I had her. She was called Tressy. Now I don't know, I don't think they probably sell those anymore, but I do know Barbie's still going strong and looks quite different to how she did back then, really. So that's what I'm going to put on mine, my idea of the Barbie doll that I would have liked to have. So I'm going to ink round her just a little bit. I'm going to leave her torn out like that. So I've torn her out with a ruler. So I'm going to leave her like that, but I'm going to put something behind her. So I'm trying to be sort of thinking about what I could collage behind her. And I thought maybe she could stand kind of in front of this pile of presents. I thought that would be quite nice. So I could cut round these. This little scene here of presents is actually taken from a children's Christmas book that I've sadly, and I'm very guilty to say, I've been tearing up and ripping pages out of. It is one I bought in a charity shop, so I didn't feel quite so guilty, but I do have Maisie, a 2-year-old granddaughter, who absolutely loves her books, and she looks at them all the time, and Charlotte reads to her all the time, and even Arthur, her brother, who's 9, reads to her. So but he loves books too, so I felt a little bit guilty because I thought the story that this came from she might have liked, but she has a lot of books, and she's got a lot of books, you know, Christmas stocking and things, and we're always buying her books. So I dedicated this one to myself for crafting. I'm sure she won't mind. It wasn't hers anyway. Not like I'm cutting up one of her books. So I've still got books here that I bought when the boys were little. And so, of course, Maisie's inherited those. So when she comes, she's inherited those, and they're building blocks and all sorts of things. But she does like them. So I thought that would go nicely on there. And then Barbie can sort of kind of stand with them, you know. So I did say I wasn't going to cut round her, didn't I? But now I think I might. You see how I changed my mind? Never quite sure, are you, whether I'm going to do what I say or something totally different. Now that I've inked round her, I'm going to have to ink round her again. It's a Monday. Oh, what a long day it's been. So busy. This is a downside of not working on a Friday. Is coming in on a Monday. Even if you're working at home, you're still coming in as such to an absolute deluge of emails. And it can take such a long time to get through them. And then I've had quite a lot of dictation from clinics to deal with. So I've got to carry on with that tomorrow. And all the patient queries, all the GP queries. So I think we're going to stand her up with the presents. I quite like that idea. So that is my Barbie. And I'm going to keep this quite simple. So I think maybe, you know, we've got Santa up the top in the corner. And I have got another one here, which is a postcard in a circle for December the 25th. It says Merry Christmas on it, which I could sort of add down here, I guess, to kind of balance it out. But, you know, I don't even know really if we need those. Do you know what? I don't think I'm going to put those on. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just going to collage this in a very simple way today. So the other thing I have is a bit of magazine with a bit of what look like cranberries on. I don't know if those are holly berries, or they look to me like they could be cranberries, but I can see the spikes, thorns on the bush. So I don't know if holly bushes actually have thorns, to be quite honest. So I'm not too sure what those berries are, but that, you know, that I suppose, we cut this grey piece out here. Maybe we could have that just to, you know, adorn it a bit. I don't know. Sometimes less is more, isn't it? So we could have, I could, let's see, could I tear it? Okay, let's tear it like that. Just tear across the top, because that's straight edge. Let's do a bit of mouse snoring. So that's what my tearing sometimes looks like. It's been chewed. Again, this one's got a straight edge, so I'll take that off. Gosh, that's not good. Okay, and maybe, I don't know, that in the background perhaps, or maybe not. Maybe something like that, which is just very simple. It gives us the idea of winter and Christmas, presents, and so I do like Santa. I do like him. Not really sure. No, I won't put Santa on. I think we'll stick with this. Maybe we won't have those either. You see, this is how indecisive I can be. I'm changing my mind. I'm just thinking this looks a bit plain in the background, but what would I think could go there instead? I'm just having a think. Maybe a Christmas tree. But if we put a Christmas tree on, that's, you know, it's going to be quite sort of small. I just think if that was there in the background, that would be quite nice. Now I'm going to stamp a Christmas tree on, and I'm just using my do I want to use the gold? That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? I did use the gold originally for it. As you can see, it's got gold still on it. I'm not particularly keen on this gold ink pad. I probably have to leave it out to dry for ages. It doesn't ever seem to dry, so I'm going to put one there. Give that a stamp down and a press. So okay, this is where I get into a right messy state. It's a good job I've got my old loungeabout tracksuit on. That's one good thing about working from home, unless you've actually got to go somewhere, which I don't usually have to, then you can dress how you like. I know a colleague who sometimes stays in her onesie. I don't actually own a onesie, but she does. So see if we can get that out a bit darker. Well, that's not very good. It's not very good. Right, just gives a little impression of something behind her there, I think, which is quite nice. I mean, quite like the shape of that tree. I like the design of it. I'm just going to see if I can press it onto the stamp. And let's have another one, maybe here. So I'm kind of pressing it down. Oh, that's better. Let's see now, what do we think? Oh, I quite like that. So I'm going to have, just going to have that I will wash that one this time. Like that, I think. So it's going to be very quick and easy, this one today. So I'm going to find my glue book and glue stick. I'm going to stick this down, although this is glossy-ish, thick book paper from a very colourful children's book, so I don't know if the glue stick is going to be enough. I think we'll have that there, like that. And Glamorous Barbie, who I'm sure most girls want to aspire to be. Well, back then they did anyway. It's before we were more independent women, I think. Still even in the late 50s, women were still, you know, almost seen and not heard. And there she is, standing there in all her glory by the present pile. And we could write her name on the page. Maybe we could have her name down here. Let's see. Just looking to see if I've got any letters that I like the look of. No, not on those stickers, I don't. So I could write her name on, I guess. Let's see. Let's find my pen. Just going to write on here. Barbie doll there. So that's it. Very quick. So think back to your 10-year-old self. What would you have loved to receive? If you can find an image, place it here. If not, describe it. Hashtag Xmas Collage 20. So my 10-year-old self, amongst other things, would have really liked to have had a proper Barbie doll. As I say, I had my Tressy doll, but she nowhere near came up to the spec of a Barbie doll and all the glamour that went with her, even though Tress's hair did grow, and I spent many hours styling it and pretending I was a hairdresser. So that is what I have put on. I've put a vintage Barbie doll from 1958, because that was the year I was born. I was born in 58, so 1968 is that Barbie. She's from 1968, which would have been the year I was 10. And I've just collaged stamped some trees in the background, some Christmas trees, and put a pile of presents on and written Barbie doll. And that's it. So hope you enjoyed that. Okay, I hope you had a good day, and carry on having a good week. Let's hope tomorrow is a bit easier for us all. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.